because we are going on to basketball practice every Monday, basketball practice. I'm excited because I feel like I'm getting better, you know?
Good.
I feel like I keep improving a little bit better. So I'm excited to just keep learning from you. Welcome back, Coach Steve. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me again, guys.
Of course, always. How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Good. The Saturday was nice with the nicer weather, and then yesterday we were waiting for rain, and it didn't really come until later in the day, so we were probably too lazy early on.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because we kind of didn't make any plans for Sunday, and we were just like, no, it's gonna rain, so let's do all our fun stuff on Saturday.
Yeah, we were the same. We were the same.
Yeah, and it's getting sunny now though, so it's awesome.
Time to kick the kids out. Yep.
Cool. Well, what about if we just review quickly what we did last week? I think the biggest thing we learned was the pivot, but we were also working on kind of our dribbling as well, right?
Yeah, so we want to make sure that whenever we get a chance to do basketball practice, we can never do dribbling enough. It's a great way to warm up. It's a great way to end the workout on a challenge. We want to make sure we're always doing dribbling because there's always something we can improve on there. So if any of this stuff is repetitive, it's kind of on purpose. We want to make sure that we're improving, and we also want to make sure that we're doing some similar drills so that we know we're improving. So we did some of that. We talked about a forward pivot. So to show my feet, we talked about when the basketball is here and when we're getting a catch and we're turning to face our target, or we're stepping towards our target. Yes, last week we talked about turning. We put our closest foot. So in this case, if I'm going to my left shoulder, that direction, my closest foot is my left foot. That's my first foot to go down. And then my back foot is following to square myself up, okay, to face my target, which is going to be the hoop. And then from there, once my back foot comes around, I'm sitting down into my basketball stance like we've talked about. My hips are going back. My basketball's in my shooting pocket in my triple threat position, okay? And I'm ready to play where I can either now shoot it, dribble it, or pass it. So again, my forward pivot is closest foot goes down, back foot comes around, and I sit when that back foot comes around into my basketball stance, okay? So we'll review just real quick. This is the footwork stuff, but this is pretty important, so we can try and figure out a way to make sure that we're improving at this, and also, too, so that we can continue to build off it as well. So we're going to drop our ball. We're going to catch it and turn and sit, okay? So that left foot, we're going to be coming over our left shoulder while we do this. We'll drop the ball. Left foot here, back foot comes around, and we sit. Okay, so that left foot is turning here, so our hips have to get around too when that back foot comes around. We'll do this a couple more times on our left side. Okay, so drop, foot goes down, back foot comes around, and we have our forward pivot. Okay, our front pivot. Catch, 1, 2, and sit. We'll do a couple more. Catch, 1, 2, and sit. If this is easy for everybody at home, then we can speed it up. Try and snatch that ball out of the air and pull it to your shot pocket as quick as you can. Okay? So I think everyone should get the feet. Here's how our upper body should look. Here, catch and pull it in. All right? We want to pull it in to our shot pocket. We don't want to keep it loose and out front. When that basketball is loose, if it's being passed or we're going to grab it, first thing, pull it to our body. Okay? Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, pull it in. 1, 2, pull it in. Okay, let's switch up our directions. So we're going to try going over our right side now. I'll move it so you can see my feet. All right, so same thing. Basketball is going to drop. Right foot is going to plant. Left foot is going to come around, and we're going to sit on the turn, okay? So once we've made that turn and our hips have come around to square to our target, we're sitting back into our hips, all right? Sitting back into our hips, pulling the ball in. So we'll give it a drop, plant, turn, and face. All right, drop, plant, turn, and face. and face. Let's see if when we turn that left foot, right foot goes down, left foot comes around. Let's see if it can be shoulder width apart so our hips have room to drop down. We don't want to turn and be real narrow. We want to turn so that we can be low. Drop it and sit. Let's do a couple more. Let's do 3 more. Catch and face. Drop it. 1, 2, and face. Last one. That would be our best one. Here we go. Good feet. Right, left, and face. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Little challenge. We're going to go drop it. 1, 2, leading with our left. Stand up, just so we're going to make the brain work a little bit here. Drop it. 1, 2, leading with our right. So our feet are changing every time. Left foot, right foot. Then we're going the other way. Right foot, left foot. Okay, so we're going to do 10, where we drop it, left, right, sit, drop it, right, left, sit. Okay, doesn't have to be super fast. We just want to make sure that we're getting a good catch and a good stance. So here we go. Ready, and 1, 2. Really dig those feet in, guys. Feet shoulder width apart. Nice and strong with the basketball. All right. 2 more. Last 2, 1 each way. 1, 2. Last one leading with our right. 1, 2. Okay, good.
Nice.
All right, so we got our feet going. Usually we've been starting with ball handling to get our hands going. So today we went the other way. We started with our feet, but that's a good place to start. Okay, because this follows this. These follow these. Okay, so the feet are super, super important. So let's get on to some ball handling. We'll get our feet involved. So last week we did a couple burnouts at the end. We worked on some dribbling, sitting in a chair. All right, simple stuff that we can do while we're around the house. Little challenges that we can always try and figure out that we can take advantage of, even if we have a minimal amount of space. So here's what we'll do today. We haven't done this in a little bit. We're just going to review our ball wraps, okay? So we have our legs apart. We've done this before. Real simple stuff. We're going to go around our left leg. We're going to try and make this a little tough from the jump since we had some feet stuff to begin. So we're going to get 15 going one direction around our left leg, and then 15 going the other direction around our left. 15 around our right. Switch directions. 15 around our right again the other way. Then we're going to do figure eights. 1. That counts as 1. 2. That counts as 2. We're going to do 10 through the front and 10 through the back. Okay, so 15 this way, switching, 15 that way, 15 this way, switching, 15 that way. Then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Through it at our own pace, see if we can push ourselves a little bit. Ready, and go. 13, 14, 15. And we switch. Good. Keep those feet apart so the basketball can fit. Good. Once we're done those individual legs, then we'll go to our figure eights. Feet apart so the basketball can fit through. And last one. Hands meet in the back and in the front. Good, that's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, nice job.
Bird.
Nice job, nicely done.
Thank you. Awesome. I'm tired on that one. Just burns my legs. It's great.
Good. Good. Okay, so we'll do one more with a static, and then we'll try and move our feet just a little bit. Okay, so we've done our ball wraps around our legs. We'll try and move our feet now while we do our ball wraps, and then we'll do one with a bounce while we move our feet as well too. Okay, so we have our feet out like this. Okay, we're gonna go 1, 2. So we're going around figure 8 again. And then we're gonna bring the ball up here, and all we're gonna do is just have a quick scissors with our feet where we go 1, 2, back to square. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit different. All we're working on is just making our feet a little bit active before we really add a dribble and our feet are going the entire time. So same thing, static where we're standing in one spot, 1, 2, bringing it to our shot pocket, left foot forward, right foot back, right foot forward, right, left foot back, and then back to center. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get 10. All right, so one time through counts as 1. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. And go. Keep those feet wide when we come back to center. Last 2. All right.
I'm one behind. Okay, that made my brain work. I had to think about that one for a little bit.
Yeah, which is good. It's what we need. Getting used to our feet moving in different ways. Okay. Last one we'll do with our feet, and then we'll talk about a reverse pivot.
Okay.
Is we are going to, I'll move this so the feet, can I see from my feet? Okay. So we're going to be in our stance. Feet apart again. We're going to go 1, we're going to do a dribble. We're going to get the rhythm of the dribble. Okay. We're going to do 3 dribbles in between. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go through our legs and come back.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, through it, and back. 1, 2, 3, through, back. 1, 2, 3, through, and back. All right? So our feet have to stay active. This is going to be a little bit challenging. If we need to take a few more dribbles in between, that's okay. We're going to get 5 where we go split, and back. That counts as 1. 1, 2, 3, split, and back. That counts as 2. We're going to do that 5 times with our right hand, 5 times with our left. All right? So, see if we can keep our stance. And for those of us at home that if they need to be challenged a little bit more, see if we can go 1, 2, 3, split, and then come right back to our 1, 2, 3. For those of us that are still gaining comfort with it, go slower. See if we can get 1 dribble between our legs and another, and then just come back here before we start again. Okay? All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. To the other side. See if we can get 5 good ones. Not bad. Not bad.
I'm pretty happy with that. That one was a good one.
That looked good.
That was good. It's so hard. You have to move your feet so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. The feet really got to move, and then the basketball can't rush it before the feet. So, yeah, the feet have to be the ones really leading it.
That was awesome. Cool. Okay, so and then now you were just talking about we're going to do a reverse pivot.
We're going to talk about our reverse pivot. So,
sorry, the one that we did, or the one that we just practiced was forward.
Forward pivot, yep. Where we're catching it and we're stepping towards. So with our reverse pivot, to show how we use our feet, I'm stepping instead of my inside foot. My first step is with my outside foot. So if I'm leading over my left shoulder again, instead of turning this way, I'm turning with my right foot and bringing my left foot back. Okay, so I'm reversing. All right, so same thing real quickly again. Stepping with my right, bringing my left foot back. Same idea as what we just talked about. When that second foot comes back is when we sit. Okay, first foot plants to establish our good base and we begin our sit. Second foot comes back and we finish our sit. Okay? So we're going to do this over our left shoulder to start. Our right foot's going to be our first step. Our left foot is going to finish it off, and it's going to step back while we drop our hips. Okay? So let's give it a try. We'll go slow at first. Drop, right foot, left foot, sit. Okay? Let's try it again. Drop, right foot, left foot, reverse pivot. There we go. Right, left, stepping back. Good solid base. Right, left comes back. Right, left comes back. All right, let's get a couple more. Solid turn and face, same thing. Basketball gets pulled close to us. Pull and sit. All right, let's do two more. Pull and sit. Pull and sit. Okay, let's see if we can try with our left foot being the one that starts, and our right foot is the one that comes back to sit. Okay, let's see if we can try that. So we're leading over our right shoulder. Our right shoulder is going to be what opens up. All right, so we're going to have left foot go down, plant, right foot comes back, and we sit. Left foot plants, right foot comes back, and we sit. Left foot plants, right foot comes back. See if we can get a couple good ones in a row. Left foot, right foot comes back, and we sit. Left, right, and we sit. Good. Plant and sit. Good. Let's hit three more. Plant, come back, sit. Plant, come back, sit. There you go. That was a good one.
Oh, okay, good.
Plant. Let's see if we can get two more good ones.
Okay.
Plant, come back, sit. Reversing into it. Plant, come back, sit. All right, so this is one of those things that it's just like anything else with hoops. It's just going to take time. This is tricky footwork that the only way we get used to it is if we walk through it, and then we start to speed it up as we start to feel more comfortable with it.
Okay. I'm just trying to like envision when I would do this in a game, because it would be more like this is because the net happens to be behind me. As I'm chasing the ball, right?
With the way the way I would do it for me is if I had somebody beat or I had someone behind me or even delayed right here, I would step this way because I want to make sure they stay behind me.
Right.
If you use a reverse pivot, I would use it because that person maybe slid right here on me and maybe was a little bit on the equal ground, and I would catch so I could step away from them and create some space just with my feet.
Yeah, okay.
So if someone is behind or delayed, step forward so that you can continue moving forward. If someone is on equal footing with you, then I can create my space with them by catching with the first step, reversing, and now all of a sudden I've gotten a gap between that person without taking a dribble or doing anything else. So those would be the kind of scenarios that you would think about using this, and that's just something that comes from practicing.
Right. Okay, cool. And then the forward pivot, yeah. And then with the forward pivot, you're just kind of facing the net.
Yep, you're always squaring to the net. So the important thing is if I do this, I'm squaring to my target. If I do this, I'm still squaring to my target. If my hoop is that way, then whatever I'm doing, I want to make sure that my feet are squaring my body towards the rim, towards where I have to go.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Awesome. Good tips. I just got to keep practicing that reverse one. It's a little,
it's a tricky one, and it really just makes more sense the more you do it. Whereas if we're always taught to step one foot and then the other foot, and it's just one foot in front of another, this one's all of a sudden we're stepping, and then this one decides to step away.
Yeah.
And the other foot follows so that we can be square again.
Yeah.
A good way to do it, I'll use one of my daughter's little baby chairs.
Okay.
Is if I was to do my forward pivot and I want to step and then I want to try and sit down if I even can, and then I can sit down right here, okay? That's a good way to go through the idea of like, okay, when I get my step, turn, and then I should be able to sit into a chair, right? Same idea with the reverse pivot, except my step goes leading with this foot and bringing this foot back, but I still sit into my chair. Okay?
Yeah.
So it just takes a little bit of time.
Okay, cool. I like that was a good example though. Using the chair is a good way because then you have like a visual of where your stand should be, where your butt should be, where your legs should be, you know? Okay, that's good. Awesome.
Yeah. Where do we need to wind up?
Perfect. Are we gonna end this session with a burnout?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Was there more to that?
No, I think that's a good place to start. If we have a chair that doesn't have any big arms that loop around, a great thing would be okay, I have my chair in the room. That's where I have to wind up sitting down in, no matter what. So let's imagine that whatever direction our chair is facing, that's the direction the hoop is in our little hypothetical court. So my chair right here is facing this direction, and that means the hoop is that direction. So whatever I do with my feet, in order to sit in my chair, I have to be able to sit in that chair and face my rim, okay? So if we use our chair to work on our pivots, that's the way to go about it. We have to wind up sitting there, so whatever 2 steps I take, those are the 2 steps that have to lead me to sitting down.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, before we go on to our burnout, I want to chat with you a little bit because this week we are introducing some social emotional topics to our program. It is the mental health week this week, so we thought we'd participate as well. And our topic for the week is we're just talking about expressing feelings. I think it's something that's really important now because we're in this weird stage and a lot of people don't know how to react to it. And every way, like, it's okay to react in all different ways. We're all different people, but others don't understand us, right? Because they react in a totally different way. So we thought expressing feelings is something that kids should definitely know how to do and learn. So, and we want to talk about it through sport. So I wanted to ask you, playing with your teammates and, things aren't going your way, how do you express your feelings to your teammates? It's not a good game. You're not having fun. Hello. Oh, you're being shy.
Yeah, for once.
That's okay.
Okay, sorry about
Was
that.
it more pudding?
Oh no! Popsicles. It's pudding.
Awesome.
So last week.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to ask you kind of how you express your feelings, with your teammates. It's not going good. The game's going. It's tough. It's a tough game. You're getting frustrated. How do you speak to your teammates?
Well, one thing I'll be honest about is I've always been an emotional player. You can usually tell when I'm frustrated because I wear it on my face. That's not always been a good thing. That has worked against me. I've also had the habit of talking to myself a lot during games, which has always helped me in ways where I feel like I can keep a dialogue with myself. It does make me look like a little bit of a kook sometimes. When I've done it right, and when my teammates and I have done it right, is one, we're honest with each other, which means is if I'm not playing as hard as I should, or one of our teammates isn't playing as hard as I should, then it does fall on one of us to say, hey, we have to get going. We have to figure this out. We have to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't have to be said negatively. Sometimes it does, which is not good. But one of the things that I think is helpful for a good teammate is being honest because we want our teammates to do well. When the game is not going well, I think the thing that should be looked at first is what am I doing to impact the situation? So am I trying to find ways to pick my teammates up? Am I trying to make sure that I'm leading by example? I'm not expecting other guys to or other girls to do certain things that I'm not doing myself. And then the third part of that is, going into the game, like, are we all on the same wavelength here? Is there something that's bothering anybody? Is there something that's dragging someone down? If you know your teammates socially, you should be able to tell pretty quick going into a game are they focused? Are they excited to play? Or is something bugging them? During the game is usually not the time to probably have a big emotional talk because it's time to play. But I would say before and after, it's a good thing to be able to say hey, if there's something that's going on, we have to have a good enough relationship as teammates to talk about it. And then when it's for us to go step out there, the best thing that we can do is hold ourselves to a standard of I'm going to control what I can. I'm going to give my very best effort. I'm going to communicate to my teammates, and I'm going to try and play unselfishly so that I can succeed, they can succeed, and our group succeeds as a whole. But that really does stem from communication, because if we're all quiet and we're not saying anything, then we're not doing what we need to do as a group in order to get the job done.
Absolutely. And then teammates start assuming things, right? You might wear it on your sleeve, so you might be able to say, okay, Coach Steve is frustrated, or Steve is frustrated. But for someone who doesn't, right, we might just say, oh, they're happy, they're doing awesome, but really deep down they're not. And then that's just going to ask for assumptions, and people are going to get it wrong sometimes. So
very much so. If we have to play the guessing game, it's going to get really tough. So I don't think that I've played with teammates that every waking thought comes out, and sometimes it's too much. Yeah. And then you play with other guys that no matter what the day is and no matter what's going on, you have no idea what they're thinking. Yeah. Both are difficult. So I would say it stems from the relationship that we build with our teammates prior to playing the game. There's one thing that my wife, through her work, has talked a lot about through Gordon Neufeld is connection before correction. If we have a relationship with each other, it's not coming at it from a perspective of you're not doing this right. It's coming at it from a perspective of I know you can do better. And we all know that we've played in a game or we've been involved in something where it isn't our day and it's not going the way that we want to at the beginning. And then sometimes that affects us all the way to the end, and it ruins the entire experience, where it's just like I just couldn't get out of my head, or I couldn't do what I was trying to do at the beginning of this with the best intentions. If we have a teammate that comes to us and says, hey, you've done this a million times. You're going to do a great job.
Yeah.
You know, just follow me or I'll follow you. Sometimes that's just a little kicker you need to say, hey, you know what? You're right. I'm worried about the wrong things. Let me just focus on playing and let me focus on how much I care about my teammates.
Totally. I 100% agree. And my last little note would be, you know, if we don't speak up and express how we're feeling, some people might not step up to help you. And I'm sure if you have great teammates, they're going to want to help you, whether it's that little kick or that little motivation or, you know, just someone to listen, you know? So definitely expressing feelings, I think, is a good thing to have in sports. It's just communication. Connection before correction. I like that. That was good.
Neufeld, smart guy.
Awesome. I'm ready to do this burnout. Shall we?
Okay, it's going to be a good one.
Okay. Awesome.
So here's what we're going to do. All right. So last week we did our dribbles way down low. So we're going to add to that and we're going to layer it out a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to do 30 of them. Boom, 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 way down by the ground. All right. Once you do your 30, this is where it's going to get tricky, and we're going to do those feet that we just did. So we're going to go 30. Then you have to go 1, 2, and you got to do 30 more. Okay? So 30, 1, 2, back to do 30. And then we're going to go through the legs, and then we're doing 30. 1, 2, doing 30. I'll be up in a sec. I'm not ready. Okay?
We really need you.
So
Izzy can't do it.
I'll do it in a second. So we're going to do 30 on the hand, split, split, 30 again, split to change the hands, 30, split, split, 30, and we're done. Make sense? All right, let's give it a try. Ready? And we should get 60 dribbles on each hand. Ready? And go. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, all the way to the end. Good, 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 good. Quick dribbles on the fingertips. Good, nicely done. All right.
I lost count.
That's okay. Close enough.
I'm pretty sure it was something around 30. Dang, you go so fast. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go faster with just the fingertips of finding like a rhythm or.
Sure.
I don't know.
You've gotten a lot better at it. A lot better.
Oh, good, good, awesome.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm like trying to go faster and it's like.
Yeah. No, it has improved.
Awesome.
A little bit.
Whew. Thank you so much again for another great session. I can't wait. I can't wait to go outside and play.
Yeah.
You know, okay. I just want to burn some people and, you know, what I've been doing. Minus, I have no shot accuracy. So my feet, my dribbling, perfect.
Good place to start.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Good place to start.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. Thank you so much for the session.
Thanks
always great. I hope everyone out there had fun. If you guys have any questions for Coach Steve or myself, please let us know. You can send us a message or comment on the video. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be doing some drumming.
Nice.
So yeah, back to hands. But yeah, we're going to be doing some drumming. So definitely check in. It'll be at 4 p.m. on our Facebook page. So you guys have a great rest of your day.
Have a good week, everybody.